going on, sci-fi fans? My name is Ben, and welcome back to the bench for another episode of our General Grievous figure here on Sci-Fi Wednesdays. I did miss last week, so sorry about that, but we're back at it, and as you can see, Grievous is exactly how we left it a couple weeks ago. We've got him tentatively wired up here to a simple coin cell battery. All the lightsabers do work, they turn on and off, that's perfectly fine, but the wires are a mess. We need to go ahead and wrap them around the different forearms, tuck them behind armor plating, and eventually make the connections in his back. Then I can run the power wires up through his legs, make all the connections, and we are good to go. So that's going to be one priority for today. We need to route these wires. That's going to take a little bit of clever wrapping and whatnot, but I think we can do it. We also have to work on weathering, and we're going to start off with a clay-based wash, because a lot of times you got to be real careful with what washes you use for a Bandai kit, because they are a little bit susceptible to the hotter washes. So we're going to use this nice clay-based wash. We also have a full run of these quick shade washes. These are awesome. I really like how these work. So we might be able to use a few of these if the UMP wash doesn't quite manage to work out. Either way, I think we're covered for a general wash, then we can move into some detailing maybe next episode. So let's go ahead and just get right down to it, guys. We're going to grab that clay wash. Let's go ahead and cover Grievous in that clay wash, then get back in there, paint up the lightsabers. We need to light block them with black, prime them, and then paint them with black again. Then dry brush with some silver to give it that nice little metallic look. Then we'll come in, do a little detail painting, work on the wires, get them wired around, and hopefully we come on back and we'll have a nice looking Grievous. So let's go ahead and get in there, guys. Let's see what we can do. Let's get this party started. Alright everybody, so we are back and we have Grievous all nicely washed, and we've got the wires tucked around. Lightsabers work. We do have to come back in though and use some clear paint on the blue and the green, but unfortunately the ones I have don't really cover all that well. I actually have the old aqueous clear colors, so I need to go out and buy some of the new stuff which actually covers much better. So we've got the new red here, but we still need green and blue in the new formula. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase those and get those in hopefully by next episode. If not, we got plenty to do though for sure with the base and all that good stuff. So that is something we still need to go ahead and do. Now for the washes, I did use this UMP wash and it's the mud color. And it's okay, it's not great, but it definitely got into the nooks and crannies and it makes the detail really pop, and I like that. But I might need to come in and do a little bit more weathering and then maybe some dusting to go ahead and give it some shadow, but also to give it a nice worn appearance. Right now it's not as worn as it could be, so we're going to have to go ahead and figure that out. Get you a close-up though, you can see that we have a lot of the wires tucked around different places. We have a little bit of that wash kind of stuck in the different crevices. And the back side is where we're going to go ahead and make our connections, which we did right here. You will see all the wires that come in off his shoulder pads go down through into the back area and are covered by his armor plates, and then make the attachments to the positive and negative leads that feed up through his legs. Not exactly the most painless process, but I think we have it in a good position where we should be able to make it work. You'll also notice that I did take a little bit more time to twist the wires underneath armor plates and around the forearm and all of his different little joints and whatnot. The lights do come on and off. I actually rewired that to a nice 3-volt battery pack that has 2 AA's. That's going to be much brighter and last a little bit longer than the coin cell battery, so that's going to be a good move. And then yeah, all we have to do next is do a little bit more weathering and then start on the base. That's going to be a little tricky for sure. Now in terms of the base, I've been doing some thinking here and I've come up with 2 ideas. The first idea is to go ahead and do like a sandy rocky base, or I could also do the catwalk scene where he fights Kenobi. Either one would be fine to do, but I've got this nice wooden base right here and I think this should work perfectly. It fits nicely and it's decent size for Grievous's stance, so I think that's going to work. I picked this up I think at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or someplace like that. It's an unfinished shadow box and we're going to go ahead and have to sand it down and finish it, but I think it's a perfect size. It fits a battery pack just right up inside, so that's excellent. Then we can drop a nice switch in there. We can do some landscaping or some sort of work on the top, decorate it up. We have plenty of room for our 3-volt battery pack, so that's excellent. Plus we can drop a switch in there and I think we'll be good to go. I'm a little bit more leaning towards the outdoor kind of sandy rocky scene. I think that would be kind of interesting to do and I might be able to pose him in a little different way. I might even be able to add in some greeblies here and there to give it a bit more life. I think either one would be great to do. I just need to go ahead and figure it out and then we can start on it next episode. But otherwise I think this is going to be a really nice system to work off of. We've got the wooden base, plenty of room for the battery pack, plenty of room for Grievous, and then we can add in a little bit of extra details here and there to really bring it to life and add some interest to it. So I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun. So yeah, that is it for us today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here on episode 4. Sorry about missing last week, but life gets in the way sometimes. But Grievous is coming right along, and I think we'll be able to finish him up maybe next episode or possibly the episode after that. We might take one time and just focus on the base. Maybe we'll take another time and finish everything up. I don't know how it's going to unfold. I finished off my AJ Savage there on Military Mondays, so we can get back on Grievous and focus most of my attention here to the sci-fi build. So I think we'll be able to wrap this up fairly quickly. So let me know what you might think about the base. We'll see what we do, but that's going to be next episode where we'll start in on the base and figure everything out, or at least attempt to. Until our next episode, guys, you know the drill. Go out there, get yourself some bench time, have some fun, build something cool, and we'll see you back here on episode 5 for General Grievous here on Sci-Fi Wednesdays. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.